Hi guys. So often I hear from trainers, and you might resonate with this as well, that they might get a random inquiry off Facebook, for example, or think of it as an email, and it might be asking them for their prices, and then all of a sudden they might have a bit of a conversation back and forward with the person, and then they tell them the prices, and then all you hear is nothing. Like you're ghosted. The person kind of drops you. So I'm going to definitely give you the answer and a couple of examples of what to say to actually get that person into a consultation with you. But I also want to frame it with this. I want you to think like real life. I want you to imagine that you're walking down the street and somebody asks you something and it's health and fitness related. And as soon as they ask you the question or whatever it is they ask you, do you then pull out your brochure and go, well, since you're fat, I'm a personal trainer, here's my prices? Is that how the conversation goes? I doubt that that's actually how the conversation goes, and I'm actually, making fun of us here because clearly that's not how the conversation goes. And really, we've got to remember that social media is an extension of real life. So there can be two problems, actually. There's really, really common things that I see, and this is the issue. Sometimes on Facebook Messenger, Facebook decides to automate the questions that come up. So just to have a look at what I'm talking about, go to one of the local business pages and actually just go to press a message. And if you haven't messaged that person before, it'll come up with an automated response of 3 to 5 ways to contact that person. One of them might be, how much are your services? So I want you to know that people aren't just messaging you, typing in how much are your services. So don't get upset that they're asking you how much are your services. They just don't know what questions to ask, and Facebook has kind of pre-programmed that stuff. So there's a lot when you aren't aware of what's going on in the back end that Facebook's doing for you. The same will happen in an email inquiry. People don't know what to actually ask. Okay, so let's take it back to real life. If you were to potentially help that person, you might refer them on. They might not be the right person for you. You really have to ask them a couple of questions. So the clue to all of this is actually to start asking them some questions, like you would if the person was in front of you. What do you know about that person? What have they done before? What are they interested in? How many times a week do they want to train? Do they even know that they want to train? Because I'm sure in your range of services, it's really got nothing to do with, blah, there's the prices. Or does it? Because if it does, then you really need to learn how to have a conversation. And the people that I'm speaking to are experienced and they know how to have a conversation. In fact, building rapport with clients is one of the things that trainers do amazingly. So let yourself build rapport. That's actually the key. It's really important to go back and forward with that person a little bit to find out more about them. Then, if you want to proceed asking them questions, then get them on a call with you or get them to come in for a quick chat. I do suggest doing a call because it's very easy. Send them a couple of times that you can do. There's a whole procedure that I have for this with my girls, because if you don't do it right, it doesn't work. But just actually by being aware of the natural situation of face-to-face versus online, it's really not that different. Don't just throw your prices at people. One, you don't know if it's appropriate for them to train, or two, what their goals currently are, or three, do they need an online program because they're moving to Botswana next week? Like, you don't know anything about the person. So I'm not saying don't answer the question. I am saying get a little bit more information and be more detailed in your prescription to the person in how your services could potentially help them. And the easiest way to do that is definitely in a conversation. So if you've asked them a few questions and you think there might be a fit, then get them on the phone. And then you can talk to them further or refer them into, someone else or somewhere else or whatever would fit them best. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, please let me know.